Okay, so this is going to be an acrylic pour, and I am using, let's see here, 6 different colors, kind of a turquoise blue, baby blue, a darker blue, just the slightest bit of black, purple, and then a ton of white. I'm going to use 4 cups to do on this canvas. And then I have done 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol, and then about 6 sprays of silicone per cup here. So I've got myself all set up. You can see my paints lined up here that I used. And I made sure that my canvas is level. I've got my leveler here. And then I've got my lovely assistant here helping me, Heike Tobbs. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hang on, let me close this door. So this is my lovely station that I have set up here. So let's go ahead and start mixing the cups, and we'll get to pouring. I'm going to do a little bit in each cup, kind of make them even. I made a little extra white because I'm going to use that on the corners at the very end. And do the darker blue now. Nope, get down, kitty. As you can tell, he is super hands-on with our projects. Alright, dude, I need you to hop down. You're okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the black. Just a little bit. I didn't want it to be overbearing with the other colors. And do the purple next. Okay, so you can see I've got, get rid of this, my cups ready to go. I've got 4 of them going. Actually, let me do 1 more splash of white. Don't mind my cat sneezing in the background. Okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump all 4 cups on this canvas, and after I get that on with the white on the corners, I'm gonna use wet paper towels and swipe it to kind of help pull the color down and have as much bubble action as possible. Before I forget, the size of these canvases are 16 by 20. So this is a typical size that like Painting with a Twist uses. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping. Okay, so I've got my cups on. I'm just gonna kind of tap the bottom of these to get the paint going down. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a second or two, and then I'm gonna lift the cups and see how the paint flows out. And when you lift the cups, if you kind of like, if you want it more in a general direction, you can move the cups to where you want the paint to flow. So I kind of want this to move inside, so I'm going to pull this way. And you can see the paint move towards the center of the canvas. Look how cool that cup looks on the inside. I'm going to do the same with this one next. So pretty. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring some of this white on the corners to see if I can, or just at least around it, so when it flows off, we have completed corners. I can always make more white if I need it. Oh, you know what? I forgot my heat gun. Oh, we may not need it. Okay. Actually, I may not even use the paper towels. This is kind of looking good the way it is. Let me do the paper towels. That's fine. So I'm just going to lay the paper towel down. I think I'm going to go away from me. Let me just kind of tip this around a little bit to kind of get all this going. Okay. I'm gonna swipe away this time. Ready? Set this off to the side. All right, so now let's start. This is looking good. This is what we've got after the swipe at the paper towel and then the tilting. We don't even need the heat gun for this. This looks great. I'm happy with the way this turned out. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Look at all the cells. So beautiful. So this will probably take about 3 or 4 days to dry completely. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then maybe when I'm done, depending on how I feel, I may epoxy seal it or just leave it as is. I'm super happy with how this looks. I'm gonna leave the edges like this. That's just personal preference. Some people like to just grab some of the paint that dripped off, as you can see here, and just kind of dab the corners, but my paintings I sometimes just leave bare. I think it kind of looks better, and I don't know, just personal preference, whatever you want to do. So this is it. Gosh, hope you enjoyed this.